Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. If it's your first time seeing me, go ahead and like this video because I know you're going to like it already. Subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload. And if you already are subscribed, hey babies, welcome back. So today we have a new moon in Leo, August 16th, new moon in Leo, and we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for this new moon in Leo. So this is a moment of truth. I've been calling August a moment of truth, and it is most definitely that. I feel this new moon is really pushing us to be brave, be courageous, be strong. And if you haven't been, kind of pushing yourself to really give your all in certain spaces, if you've been cutting yourself some slack, this is definitely a time to ask yourself, am I challenging myself enough? Are the spaces where I'm giving myself a little leeway, are they helping me or are they hurting me? This is also a time to sit back and reevaluate all of the things in your life. Finances, relationships, your spiritual development, and figure out, what you can use this powerful, sun-driven, passionate Leo energy for, boosting these energies, elevating these energies, and helping you, bring some love into your life, bring some passion, bring some fire back into whatever you have going on. This is definitely a time to ignite your ideas, and of course, to, do some brave things, do some bold things, take the bold first step if you've been being called to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get into some sound bowls, and then I'm going to show you guys the card selection as always. Of course, guys, I'm going to be doing my private new moon readings as well. So if you're interested, for $30, you can get a private new moon reading from me. This reading is going to be about how you can elevate your finances, your relationships, and your spiritual development. We're also going to just be talking about, in general, what this moon has for you and where do you need to be a little stronger, where do you need to show a little more bravery in your life. So if you're interested in that, check the top of the description box to see how you can send in to PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App and get your reading today. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I'm super excited. Of course, you guys know I'm a Leo. I had my birthday a couple of days ago, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about that. It was very interesting, so be on the lookout for that. But let's go ahead and get into some sound bowls. I hope you guys are doing great, and I'm ready to get into the tea, so I hope you are as well. Let's get into it. All right, everyone, here is a card selection. Pause here if you need to. From left to right, we have piles 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Remember to not second guess yourself. Choose whichever pile is calling to you. Then check the timestamp at the top of the description box, and I will see you at your reading. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this new moon in Leo. So for your affirmation card, we have, I can release the past and forgive everyone. I can release the past and forgive everyone. The back of this card says, I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. So some of us in group 1, you guys could possibly be holding on to something from the past. I'm feeling like grudges, if you have any grudges in relationships or romance, and that's causing you to, not trust people still or have issues in that space. We also have all major arcana cards for you guys as well. So this could be definitely, a really big important moon for y'all. But again, releasing the past and forgiving everyone. When you do that, you set them free and you set yourself free. So it's important to recognize that. A lot of times we hold on to stuff because we don't want to set the other person free. But what about you? You're deserving of that freedom as well. So we're using the Angel Wisdom Tarot today, guys. So we have the Wheel, we have Wise Counselor, and we also have the Hermit in reverse. The Wheel, Wise Counselor, which is essentially the Hierophant in this deck. The Wheel is the Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the Hermit in reverse. So with this Wheel energy and with this Wise Counselor energy, I think this is great. The Wheel talks about things finally falling into place, things finally moving. So I really feel like releasing the past and forgiveness is y'all's key to success. And this new moon could be about y'all realizing that. Like, wait, am I really strong if I'm not strong enough to let go of the past? Am I really powerful if I don't feel powerful enough to forgive somebody else, even if it means I don't get the closure that I need right in this moment so I can move forward. You know, do I really have what it takes? Am I really the magician? Am I really a healer if I cannot heal myself? If I cannot use my own powers in my own life right now to free myself from something that's been holding me back? So with the wheel, this is letting you know that you're stepping into a space where all things are aligning, a lot of good fortune, and things are finally going to be kicking off. If things have been moving slow for y'all, group one, things are definitely going to be picking up. We also have wise counselor. You know, this talks about connecting with the spiritual community, understanding what you need spiritually, you know, and being committed to how you want to move. I feel like commitment is a real big energy with this new moon in Leo. Just committing once and for all. Like, yes, I want this. It might mean that I have to make some harsh realizations. It might mean that I have to release some stuff that I've grown to love and develop a really strong attachment to, but I have to let this go. I have to release this. And my commitment to my healing, my commitment to my new beginning is what's causing me, or what's leading me into this release. Also, with this wise counselor energy, you know, this talks about learning. So research, learning, understanding a lot of different things spiritually, and just taking everything all in. And of course, we have the hermit in reverse. So the time that you guys are spending alone, you want to make sure that you make the most out of this time. Now, you guys might be fire signs. Some of y'all might be Leos or have Leo in your chart, maybe in your Venus, which means y'all don't want to be alone, you know, which means you don't want to be alone, which means you would rather do all the work and have everybody around you. But you can't do that, especially if you're holding on to the past. The best way to get present in the current moment is to shut out everything and everybody, because their stuff doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Nothing matters except for this present moment and you connecting with you in the present moment. And if you're having issues with doing that because you're over here and over here, getting centered, getting focused on you is going to be great. We also have funnel, period of frustration and lessons to be learned. And we have rose, romance is in the air. So of course you need to release, because there's some new romance on the way, new love on the way. And also lessons to be learned, funnel, period of frustration. So I feel like the rough space, if you guys are still in your rough space, it won't last forever. And you have lessons that you're supposed to be learning. This space isn't rough just to be rough. You're supposed to be growing in this space, learning things and coming out better. That's why we have the hermit in reverse. The frustration, the moment of isolation isn't supposed to be like, dang, I hate everybody. This is so bad. I can't trust anybody. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to grow? You're supposed to learn from these periods of isolation. So when you come out, you're better, you're stronger, you're wiser, you can love harder, you can trust more. You don't take things personally. You can understand things differently. You can release easier. Make the most of this hermit mode, especially if y'all are waiting on some new love to come in. It is. So are you going to be ready for it? Are you going to be ready for the new love that comes in? Have you done the work? Because that's what happens with a lot of us, guys. We're ready for the new stuff, but we don't do any of the work. We just sit around waiting and waiting and waiting for it, looking and looking, not realizing we can get ready right now. And I think that's that commitment energy of this new moon. Get ready right now. Release right now. Say, I'm not waiting on the good luck. I'm not waiting on the new beginning. I'm not waiting on the new love. I'm going to bring the new love into my life. I'm going to bring the good luck into my life. What does that look like? Getting out of the house, eating better, taking care of yourself, journaling, prayer, you know, connecting with people who are like-minded spiritually, pouring into yourself on different levels. We also have angel of love and deceit. Angel of love and deceit. So of course, with this release the past, I feel like some of you guys have been deceived. And if you're a fire sign, it makes sense that you would still be holding on to this. You know, we cannot have anybody betray us, deceive us, play with us, lie to us, none of that. But the angel of love, you know, these are two opposite energies. We have deceit, you know, someone that is betraying you, someone that you cannot trust, someone that you need to remove, or someone that you've already removed. I feel like this is definitely a past situation. But we have the angel of love. So deceit and the angel of love can be in the same space. And that might be really, really confusing. But sometimes we need the deceit so we could release the deceit and bring in the angel of love. If you have somebody around you that's deceitful, you can't meet the angel of love, because you have somebody around you that's ready to take advantage of that as soon as they can. So sometimes it's better to spend that time in isolation. Well, not sometimes. It's always better to spend the time in isolation versus trying to bring love and happiness into a space where you're surrounded by deceit, where you're surrounded by frustration and hard lessons. So yeah. And lastly, for you guys, we have take a walk. For your self-care card, take a walk. So I think just dedicating your time to taking a walk, going outside, reflecting in nature is going to be really, really great. I just posted a short and a reel on Instagram about my meditative morning runs, how I've been running about 3 miles in the morning. And I definitely think, you know, spending time in nature is so healing. It's so reflecting. I always, if I have something on my heart or something on my mind, whenever I'm out there, I can talk to myself, I can reflect, I can get new ideas. So sometimes just getting in nature, like I said, sometimes separating yourself in the right way is the best thing. It doesn't mean you have to be alone for months and months or years and years, but it's about the quality of your alone time, not the quantity. It doesn't matter if you spend 30 minutes alone or 30 days. It's about the quality. Are you nurturing yourself? Are you loving yourself? Or are you just spending time in that alone time frustrated about the past, wishing bad on people that have done bad to you, and just regurgitating the same pain and not really healing from it? So I feel like you guys really have a chance to move into a great new beginning right now, but it's about you. It's about asking yourself if you're committed more to the deceit and holding on to the pain of the past, or if you're ready to move into a new beginning. Now, we've been dealing with a lot of pain for a very, 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 very long time. The last couple of years have been very, very, very rough for us as a collective. So this is your opportunity to say, I don't care how rough it was. I don't care how much I cried. I'm not crying about it anymore. I'm not letting it take power over me anymore. That's the commitment. That's the strength. That's the bravery. That's the boldness that we get with this new moon in Leo. Finally being able to take your power back from something that has been weighing you down for a very, very, very long time. But I do think you guys are in the right space to make that decision and step into it. It's just about, trusting that you're ready. So yes, guys, group 1, if you pick group 1 and this reading resonated with you, please let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you're interested in getting a private reading for this new moon in Leo, check the top of the description box to figure out what you need to be focusing on and how you need to shift things in finances, in relationships, and in your spiritual development, figuring out where you can use that commitment and that strength energy, and also just a general overview of what this new moon is representing for you. Again, if you're interested in that, you can check the top of the description box. But yes, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I thank you guys for being here, group 1. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bless. Alrighty, group 2. Let's go ahead and get into it, group 2. So for your affirmation card, we have, I am at peace with my age. I am at peace with my age. The back of this card says, each age has its own special joys and experiences. I'm always a perfect age for where I am in life. Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I'm always a perfect age for where I am in life. So group 2, I feel like you guys need to just appreciate where you are versus trying to rush past it. Again, this new moon, I told group 1, the energy of this new moon is commitment. How committed are you to your journey? How committed are you to getting the things that you need? And I feel some of you guys could be like, I took a lot of time doing this, or I spent a lot of time on this, or I thought I was going to have this by this age or by this time. But really appreciate where you are and just accept it. Take it a day at a time. Don't feel like you have to rush past anything or, make something out of nothing. Sometimes we have nothing going on. Sometimes we are in a space of stillness, but that's not a bad thing. You can use that space of stillness to grow, to expand. And that's what you guys need to be focused on right now. Also, let me tell y'all this card. We have Peacock, beware of great pride. Beware of great pride. So keep this in mind as we get into the tarot cards, y'all. So we have the 3 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the 4 of Swords in reverse. Y'all don't want to do this because y'all can't do this. Y'all just want the King of Wands. Y'all want the finish line. Y'all don't want all of the work. You know how much work it takes to make an idea your physical reality? A whole lot of this. A lot of meditation, a lot of stillness, a lot of alone time, a lot of reflection, a lot of contemplating, a lot of asking yourself the same questions over and over again, a lot of trying stuff and failing and reflecting on the failure, reflecting on the hardship. Like, it takes a lot to step into opportunities that are purely led by your creative instincts. It's not easy. And with the Page of Wands, you guys know you're learning a lot of new things. You're getting excited about a lot of new stuff. Y'all probably have 10 new ideas that you got in the last 6 months, and you want to execute these ideas right now. You want to see these ideas grow right now. But getting the idea isn't the finish line. Getting the idea is literally the first step before the journey. And this is a part of the journey. This is the first step of the journey, reflection. Anytime you hear a download or God tells you something or you have a dream about something, what's the first thing you do? You think about it. You think about it. What does this mean? How is this happening? When was the first time I experienced this? How does this make me feel? You spend your time to think about it. Y'all need to do that. I feel like because you guys have been so focused on productivity and growth, you have just burnt yourself out. You guys can be feeling very overwhelmed and maybe even get to a point where you're like, you know what? I don't want to plan anymore. I don't want to keep looking for opportunities at every turn. I don't want to keep dedicating my energy to this. I am tired. But you wouldn't be tired if you would have listened when you were told to sit down. Beware of great pride and target. a goal-oriented person. So you guys are very goal-oriented, which means when you have your sights on something, you don't want to get distracted. And you're also very prideful, which means you feel like you don't need a break. You feel like if you take a break, you could have been spending that time doing something else. You feel like you don't deserve a break until you're all the way successful. You feel like unless it makes sense, you can't turn it down. You can't look away. You can't put it down. But that is not the case. And that also isn't the best thing for you guys right now. You know, this new moon, again, it's about showing yourself that you are dedicated to every part of the journey, no matter what it looks like. And I feel you guys have already shown yourself that you can set yourself up for success, that you can come up with great ideas, that you can be dedicated. Now show yourself that you know how to rest. Now show yourself that you know how to say, I'm okay with where I am. I am at peace with where I am. Can you do that? I know you can't. I know you can't. And if you say, yeah, you lying. So let this be your time to learn that. Let this be your time to understand that. We also have caring connections and attachment. Attachment and caring connections. So I feel you guys have certain people in your life that want to love you, that want to pour into you, that want to help elevate you. Some of you guys do, and you can't let it in because of the attachment. You guys have an image of yourself that you're so attached to. You can't separate yourself from that image of yourself. You know, if you see yourself as this Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, you know, worker, never sitting down, you know, always elevating, you know, never taking a day off, you know. And I say Oprah and Beyonce because when we typically talk about success, we always say, well, we all have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. And we always talk about, you know, the things that very, very successful billionaires, quite literally billionaires, billion with a B, we think about what these people are doing, and we feel in order to represent that, we have to have that same work ethic. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to look at people who are super successful and model your goal after that because you want that success. So if they say that they meditate for 30 minutes, you're going to create some time for meditation. If they say that working out keeps them dedicated, you might want to work out as well. There's nothing wrong with taking ideas from people and making it your own. But that's the thing. You have to make it your own. You have to listen to what you need. Because even if somebody's workout plan or fitness plan or health journey works for them, it might not work for you. So you have to take what you can from people, but shift it so it works for you. You can't be looking at yourself like, I gotta be Beyonce, because you are not Beyonce. Whoever this mask is, you are not that mask. You are not this mask of hyper productivity where you never have a day off and you're satisfied with that. That mask is not who you really are. For some of y'all, the relationships in your life could be keeping you in these spaces. You know, I feel like some of you guys, the relationships are pulling you out. Some of y'all, the relationships could be keeping you in these spaces. Or your partner could be challenging you to take a break, and you could be aggravated with them because you don't want them making you take a break. You feel like they're blocking your blessings by telling you need to take a rest. So this is really an opportunity for y'all to really, really connect with yourself and ask yourself, am I open to taking advice from people? Do I listen to people when they tell me, when was the last time you took a break? Or when was the last time, you know, like if you have a creative block, what do people tell you? Take a step away from it. That's the last thing you want to do though when you have a creative block. You don't want to leave until it's figured out. So ask yourself if that's really, really how you feel. We also have write a gratitude list for you guys, lastly, group 2. Write a gratitude list. What does this tell you? Focus on gratitude. Focus on the shit you have. Focus on the stuff that you already got. You've already accomplished a lot. So reflect on that, show appreciation for that. Don't feel like, oh my God, I haven't done anything. I'm this age and I haven't done this yet. I haven't done this yet. And let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know that maybe 40 or 50 or 60 years ago, when people were buying a home, if you made $20,000 a year, your home would be about $60,000. Your home would be about 3 times your yearly salary. Now, if you make $60,000 a year, your home is probably going to be over $300,000. So what does that mean? The things that we're trying to achieve in this life are going to be unachievable for a lot of us. A lot of us, 20s, 30s, whatever, you might not be able to get a house. And if you do get a home, it might not be until you fucking 40, 50, 60 years old, which isn't a bad thing. But we come from, I'm 21, I need to have my stuff together, I need to be degreed, I need to be in my job. If I'm an entrepreneur, I need X amount in the first year, versus really looking at how the world is, versus really looking at how things are so different for us depending on where we grew up and the resources that were allotted to us and all of that. So really give yourself a chance to kind of step back and look at the things that you have done and reflect on those things, because you guys have already achieved a lot. And I feel as you learn more, as you want to achieve more, you only get harder and harder on yourself. But you don't need to be doing that. Show your dedication to yourself in other ways. Show your dedication to yourself in other ways, because you're still learning and uncovering new opportunities. So if you already have 10 opportunities and this is how you're treating yourself, how are you going to treat yourself when you have 20 opportunities or 30 opportunities? Because they're not slowing down. your abundance is going to be coming. So you have to make sure that you're ready to handle it. A lot of people get great opportunities, and what happens? We see them turn to drugs, or we see them not be able to take care of themselves. We see them get in bad relationships, all kind of stuff. An opportunity doesn't mean success. An opportunity is great, but the success is determined by how you handle the opportunity and how you handle yourself in that new space. So yeah, group 2, that was your tea for this new moon in Leo. If you picked group 2 and it resonated with you, please let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you guys want to get a private reading for this new moon about what specifically you need to change in finances, in relationships, and in your spiritual development. Also, some information about where you should put your strength and focus your commitment on in this new moon. And of course, just a general overview about how this new moon is going to be represented in your life. You can check the top of the description box to get into that. But yes, I appreciate y'all, and I thank you guys for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys, bless. Group 3, last but certainly not least, let's go ahead and get into your tea for this new moon. So your affirmation card says there is plenty for everyone, including me. There is plenty for everyone, including me. This is not a card I pull often, so I love this. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. Beautiful. Love this group 3, and just by looking at these cards, I feel like you guys are lifting a weight off of you. I feel like you guys are definitely lifting a weight off of you. I feel like you guys are just kind of gaining some confidence. Like, there's enough for me too. You know, I don't have to work twice as hard as everybody else. I'm not different than everybody else. You know, sometimes we can see somebody feel successful, or we could see somebody being successful, and you might be like, well, they can do it, but they can do it because of this, this, and this. I have this, this, and this. I won't be able to do it. No more of that thinking, group 3. Let's get into these tarot cards, y'all. We have balance. This is our temperance card in this deck, balance. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse, and we have the Page of Cups. Beautiful. Balance, the 10 of Wands in reverse, and the Page of Cups. So with this balance, this is talking about understanding and accepting the bad as well as the good. Not letting the bad get you down, not letting the bad stress you out. Also understanding why people feel and think the way that they do. I feel like you guys are you're very selfless. You know, you offer a lot of yourself to people, and you the only person in the friend group that do that. You the only one. Ain't nobody else doing that shit but you. And you don't have to fulfill your role of giving everything to everybody just because that's who you naturally are. You can pull back and choose who you want to give what to and find that balance. That's what balance looks like. Balance doesn't look like a friend that's super giving and a friend that's super taking, and those being together. That's not balance. Balance looks like I am a very, very big giver. You are a very, very big taker. You can learn how to give from me. I can learn how to take from you. And in turn, we'll be able to give and take from each other and with each other. I'll be a better taker after this. I'll be giving less. I'll be taking more. I'll find that balance, and the same will happen for you. You will be taking a little bit less. You'll start to give a little more, and you'll have that balance. So it's all about finding balance in your relationships, not just laying down and letting people say, this is what our friendship is going to be. And because you can fulfill that role, you just step into it. That's what y'all have been doing. And I feel like y'all are done with that. Thank the Lord. And if you ain't done with it, then this is your time to be done. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this is about releasing the burdens, releasing the problems that aren't even your problems to begin with, and just saying, you know what? I'm going to handle what I can handle. I'm going to take on what I can take on. I'm not stressing myself thin for y'all. I'm not weighing myself thin for y'all, because you're not getting anything from it. So what's the point? And also with this Page of Cups, this is letting you know that new emotional experiences are on the way. New relationships are on the way. New friendships are on the way. New things that are going to serve you are on the way. So a lot of times people like y'all, you don't want to cut off a good friend because you're like, when am I going to find a new friend? You don't want to cut off a love or whatever because you're like, when am I going to find something new? Because for y'all, giving is life. If y'all don't have anybody you can pour into, you might as well not be here. That's really how y'all feel. Like, you can't not help people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your thing that you have to figure out, your lesson, your journey, is about finding the right people to pour into. And the first step is taking your power back and saying, I'm not about to carry all this by myself. Bye. I'm not carrying all this by myself. I'm about to move on. I'm about to move forward. We also have not, unsuccessful plans, and we have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. Unsuccessful plans and a journey, either physical or mental. So I feel you guys have recently seen this and you've been shown this through your friend groups. Maybe you had plans to get everybody together. Maybe you had a plan to have a conversation with somebody and it just didn't go the right way. But whatever the case may be, you had a plan that failed. And when that thing, that plan, that event, that conversation didn't go how you wanted it to go, that was your journey right there. That was your lesson right there. That was your moment right there to be like, okay, I'm about to stop putting so much effort into this because I can't even have a successful conversation. I can't even have a successful, connection, whatever. So this is definitely an opportunity for you guys to learn from the things that don't work out. And that's also what balance is about. When things don't work out, can you maintain self-control? Can you still be who you are, regardless of things are working out or not? Can you take care of yourself? Can you release the things that are stressing you? Also, guys, we have the garden and the gate and first chakra, Archangel Michael. I love Archangel Michael. First chakra, Archangel Michael, and the garden and the gate. The garden and the gate talks about appreciation, which I feel you guys are so good at, but don't let people take advantage of that shit. You guys are very patient. You're patient in all things, which is such a great tool to have. But your patience is your strength. It's not your weakness. And I feel you guys are finding a way to let your patience lead you to abundance versus finding a way to let your patience and kindness lead you into fucked up relationships, So this is definitely an opportunity for you guys to see things differently and be like, okay, I should be helping people, but not like this. I should be connecting with people, but not like this. Let me figure out how I can do it in a way that serves me and really gives me what I need. Also, with the first chakra, Archangel Michael, this is your root chakra, the beginning of everything. The first chakra that we have. All of your other energy points are dependent on your root chakra, which is ruling your survival instincts, your grounding energy, your connection to God, you feeling connected to everything. Humility as well is very big. If you're connected with people who do not have their first chakra in order, and you do, it's never going to work out. The root chakra, if you aren't in survival mode and you have friends that's in survival mode, you totally recognize the difference in your energy and their energy. Totally different. They're always stressed. They're always anxious. They're on edge. They're easily angered because they're in survival mode. You aren't operating like that. So all of that, survival mode, flight or fight energy, you're just getting the brunt of all of that. And you don't deserve that. So this is really an opportunity to say, how is my root chakra? Am I feeling secure? And if I am, do I see the same security in my relationships? And if I don't, what needs to change so I can? Lastly, for you guys, we have clear your energy field. Clear your energy field, and we have the 10 on this card, so a moment of completion. I feel like you guys definitely need to sage, Palo Santo, use some incense, use some Herba Santa, use some cedar. Even if you pray over yourself, open the doors and play some sound bowls, do something. You guys definitely need to bless your space and bless yourself and just clear your energy field. Now, let me tell you something, group 3. When you clear your energy field, when you clear your house, don't open it up and let the dogs come track their mud back in it, When you clear your energy field, keep it clear. Keep it clean, really work to keep it clean. Make sure that you're doing the work necessary to keep it clean, but also hold the people around you to that same standard. If you have a house that you keep clean, you're not going to let other people come in your house and mess it up and track mud in it. You know what people say every time they come into my home? They look around and they say, should I take my shoes off? Why do you do that? Because my house is clean. If you walk into somebody's house and they got dirty clothes on the floor, food on the floor, stuff stank, all stuff, you're going to be like, I need to keep my shoes on and I need to get a jacket. I need to cover up when I'm in here. You come into somebody's space and you see it's nice, clean, fresh. Should I take my shoes off before I get in here? That's the kind of vibe that you want. Before someone steps into your life, they need to say, let me take my shoes off. Let me not track what I've been tracking everywhere into this person's home and into this person's energy. So yeah, group 3, that is what we have. That is what I have for you guys for this new moon in Leo. I hope you guys enjoyed this spread. If you picked group 3 and it resonated with you, please let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you guys want to get a private new moon in Leo reading, then check the top of the description box to see how you can get a reading about what you specifically need to focus on in changes in finances, relationships, and also in spiritual development. Also, where do you need to exercise your strengths in this new moon? And of course, how this new moon is just going to be affecting you in general. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Again, check the description box for a private reading if you're interested. I love y'all, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Everybody have a good one. Enjoy these energies. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Bless.